This video is going to be all about how to use Camtasia Studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a test project that I'm going to be working on. And you'll see as I'm going through it how to use a bunch of the features for this. So let's hop right into Camtasia. And let's talk about some of the features that you have here. So down below right here, this is your timeline. And so you have your various tracks that you could have for different videos or elements that you want to overlay on here. And ultimately, those are going to show up right here. Various options that you can have here. So annotations is the way that you can put in text. Transitions is how can I go from one element to the next. And so these are like built-in ways to do that. It's really interactive, very easy to do. Behaviors, these are things that you can do to text in order to bring it in or animate it in a particular way. These are preset ways to do this for text. Then you have your actual animations, and so this can cause something to move around on the screen. So you say, okay, I'm going to put it here, and then later in the timeline, I want it to be over here. And then you can get those things to move around. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Cursor effects. So this is if you're using a cursor, how you can highlight that cursor. Voice narration I don't use, but basically you can record audio directly into Camtasia so that you can do kind of what I'm doing right now in making the video and do voice narration for that. Audio effects, these are ways that you can play around with your audio. I'll use some of this a little bit later. Visual effects, so you can put in a chroma key. You can do some things with shadows. I tend not to use these as much. Interactivity. This is actually a really neat feature for if you're trying to create educational content. So you can embed quizzes into your videos, and then captions are something you can add as well. But the point is that like this is basically everything that Camtasia does, and it's all very easy to go through. There's not a lot of menus to go through. I honestly don't use the stuff that's up here very much at all, and that's that. Now there are two other features that are built into Camtasia that are really nice. One is the record. So what this does is actually what I'm doing right now with OBS. It allows you to capture a screen. And so it just moved over here, and what it's doing right now, let me see, where is this? Let me move this on screen. So what it's doing right now, I don't know if you can see that it's highlighting the edge of my screen, but you can see these little dots here, so you can change this around for what area you want to be recording. And then if you press record, then you're recording the video from inside that box. So it's really handy for, and the whole reason why I was using Camtasia originally was for creating educational content. And I would have things on my computer that I would want to be recording and show to people. This feature is built into Camtasia, so it's really nice to do that. And you can play around with these things right here. I'm not going to mess around with the camera right now because I'm using that through OBS right now, but you can turn audio on and off. And again, my audio is not going to be coming through here because I'm already routing it through OBS. So that's a really nice feature, especially if you're going to be trying to show people things that you're doing on your computer often. So let's bring Camtasia back up. The other really nice feature, so you have the record feature, you have the share feature. So the thing that's really great about the share feature is that if you connect any one of these services to Camtasia, so I installed a fresh version, so okay, it's not going to be able to do anything right now because it's there's nothing in the timeline. But basically what you can do is you can upload directly to YouTube from Camtasia. So it's really nice to do that as opposed to going through a web browser and then navigating to YouTube where you click on something. Everything's self-contained within the video editor itself. So that's really nice. So let's actually go through and start doing some real video editing. So the first thing that I want to do is get some files that I'm going to put in here. And so there are two programs that I use for this type of thing often. The first one's called Clip Grab. So let's update this real fast. And then the other one is called Twitch Leacher. So when you're editing videos, a lot of times you want to be pulling down videos from the internet to put into your timeline. And so Twitch Leecher, what this one lets you do, I'll go through this one first because I'm installing the update for Clip Grab. Okay, minor technical difficulties there, but what I was trying to show was Twitch Leecher and Clip Grab. So these are two applications that I use to pull down videos from the internet. And basically, Twitch Leecher lets you grab clips and full-length videos from Twitch. So that's a really nice thing to do. So it's very interactive. You can search your channel or somebody else's channel and then download these videos to be able to edit them. I'm not going to use this one right now, but what I am going to use is I'm going to use Clip Grab. So what I want, I have a web browser open here so I can find YouTube videos. So Clip Grab's not quite as good about how you're getting the videos. You have to actually just find the URL. Oops, I don't want that there. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and we're going to go find ourselves Baby Shark. So we'll get Baby Shark, and we're going to download Baby Shark. So I'm not going to listen to it because it's going to make my ears bleed. I just need the URL. So we're going to copy that. We're going to insert it here. Then Clip Grab's going to do its thing. So we got all the things that we need in our media bin now. Now we can actually start editing. So I want to first bring down the Baby Shark here. And something that I can do here, because I want to do things with the audio, is separate audio and video. So that's going to put it in two separate tracks. So you see how we have the video track here and then the audio track here. And now what I can do is I can scrub through here to the beginning of the video just to, and let me see what the sound's doing here. Okay, so let's cut this to be right there. So you can see that you can cut and drag things in the line right here. And actually that's where I want to start the video. So I'm going to move both of these. Hold Control to select two things and then do that. So this is going to scrub through right here. This is where they're playing the song, presumably, right? Okay, so they're not actually to the really annoying part yet. Okay, so you can see that I have the audio from this one here. And what I want to do is I want to put in actually the audio from this one. So I'm going to separate these again. So separate audio and video. And then I'm going to use the, what I have here. So what you can do is you can double click here to create a point that, that your audio is going to be on for a level. And then you can click another point and then drop it like that. So what this is going to do is it's going to cause it to ramp down as opposed to just cutting off completely. So you see how the audio faded out there? What I want to do is I want to fade that out at the same time that I'm fading in the audio from this one. So this one, I have, let me see where I put that point here. It's, I'm doing this really like roughly here, but basically, I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this point right here. So actually, something you can do here is you can zoom in. So if you hold Control, you can zoom in to make the timeline smaller. And then I want this point right here. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. I'll make another one. It's not really a big deal. I'll just drag that all the way out there. So what this is doing now is it's going to be fading in. It's going to fade in this audio at the same time as the other one fades out. Okay, so now we have actual music. So the next thing that we're going to do, let me zoom out here, and I'm going to cut some of this. Because I don't need this whole length. So I'm going to bring that to there. I'm going to delete this because I don't actually need the video from that. And then I'm going to stick in my emotes here because the first one, I need to be in pain. So, Okay, so that's actually where I want to start that. So we can put this here. We can add an animation so that this will fade in. So here what I can do is, there's a lot of preset animations, but basically what I want to do is I want this to kind of zoom in and zoom out. So what I'm going to do, transitions might be the way to go here. So, is there a zoom one here? There might not be a zoom, but just for the sake of this, it's not really important what this does. So what you can do is you can bring this down like that, and then it's gonna, when it gets to that point in the timeline, it's gonna have the transition. Okay. And then what I want to do actually is I want to transition that from that one to this one, because I'm trolling by doing this. So we'll put this in the same spot, and then let me actually, if you put this down on two things that are adjacent when you do a transition, what it'll actually do is it'll transition from one to the next. So I think a flip transition is pretty good for this. So you can see what's going to happen now with this. So, and I don't particularly like that transition, but that's not really the point. Okay. And I'm just going to extend this out, so that's whatever. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to do with this. But you can see that it's really easy to use this, and you can do like a whole bunch of stuff interactively. There's not a lot of options, which is nice and also not nice at the same time. And then if you want to output this video, what you can do is you can click share, and then you can, if you have your YouTube set up, you can share it directly to YouTube, or you can output it to a local file. But that's going to be it for this one. I'm not actually going to save this video. It's just a tutorial. Okay, so I hope that was helpful and you enjoy this. I'm going to go and edit this one in Premiere now.